So you have to sit where you have a view of the screen, though, because we're going to watch the screen in just a second. Although there's a pretty cool picture up there right now. So I'm sorry you didn't see me last week, but you saw Brielle instead, so that's good. Yeah, because last week, actually,
we didn't get a video.
I know, yeah, and that's too bad, because last week, remember a couple of weeks ago I talked about how the boss in our house is our little dog Chewbacca? Yeah. And he's the boss because he needs lots of attention and care and stuff. And one of those things is that sometimes he has to go outside to do his business outside and, that kind of thing. And see, because last week, what you didn't see was me talking about how we can train Chewbacca, and you know this if you've got a dog at home, you can train him to let you know when he wants to go outside. Right? So he sometimes he'll go and sit by the back door, and that's his way of saying, I want to go outside. Right? And we can train him to do that. We can train him to not do his business on the rug in the living room, although that is a bit of a struggle. Apparently the rug is very inviting. But we can train him to do, he can learn to do that, to let us know, right? And that's a really important thing about, Jesus teaches us things. We learn stuff, just like you do in school, right? You learn stuff. And so you learn how to do things. And that's a really important thing, because we can train a dog, for instance, we can train a dog to do stuff, but we learn, and that means we can understand stuff, and we can use it other ways, right? So, for instance, you might have learned in school how if you apply force to an object, it will move. And here you are demonstrating it by smacking your brother in the head. So that's a really important thing. We learn stuff. And so when Jesus teaches us to love our neighbor, especially our brother who's sitting next to us, to love our neighbor. Exactly. See? Oh, and there's force being applied. Yeah, okay. Jesus teaches us how to love. We can go and love our everybody, right? And that's a really cool thing. There's one more piece, though. There's one more piece. How do you feel when you love somebody? Good. Do you feel good? When you love somebody? Thank you. And do you see me applying force? Do you see me doing that? No, because I am loving this moment. For now. But that's, how do you feel when you, not even when somebody loves you, but when you love somebody, when you share love with somebody, how do you feel? You feel happy. Don't you feel, you feel good, and you feel stronger, like you can do stuff. I have a really cool way of showing you that. So it was just Christmas. Actually, it looks like Christmas today, but it's just, do you watch The Grinch at Christmas time? The Grinch? Yeah, so you know how the story goes? Grinch doesn't like Christmas, and so he tries to stop Christmas from coming by going to Whoville and taking all their stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't say the butt part. Don't say the butt part yet. Don't say the butt part yet. Okay. So here's a little video from the cartoon of how the Grinch stole Christmas. It's right after the Grinch has stolen all their stuff and taken all the stuff out of Whoville, and he's up on the mountain there with Max, his little dog. And this is what happens.
This sound wasn't sad. What? This sound sounded glad. Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all. He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came, somehow or other, it came just the same. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet, ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. He puzzled and puzzled till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. What happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And then the true meaning of Christmas came through, and the Grinch found the strength of 10 Grinches, plus 2. And now that his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. With a smile in his soul, he descended Mount Crumpet, cheerily blowing hoo-hoo on his trumpet. He rode into Whoville, he brought back their toys, he brought back their floof to the Who girls and boys. He brought back their snoof and their tringlers and fuzzles, brought back their pantookas, their dafflers and wuzzles. He brought everything back, all the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Welcome, Christmas. Bring your cheer. Cheer to all who's far and near. Christmas Day is in our grasp, so long as we have hands to clasp. Christmas Day will always be just as long as we have we. Welcome Christmas while we stand, heart to heart and hand in hand.
Yay! For the Grinch. Right? See how he learned? And then, see, not only did he learn, then he learned how to do more. He could do more. And what did he do? He brought everything back, and he even carved the roast beast. Right? That's the power of learning to love and what love is all about, which is what Christmas is all about, right? Yes. Thank you so much for listening and watching that. We're going to sing a song while you guys head off to do your cool stuff this morning, which is called Jesus Bids Us Shine, which is about how Jesus wants us to shine, just like the Grinch. I know that doesn't sound like a sentence you're going to hear very often, but just like the Grinch, we're going to shine. Thanks, guys.